What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hoopz Junkiez Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus. We got my brother, AB. Say what up, AB.
What up, man? What up?
And
you hit record?
I hit the record button. And we got our favorite hater. Don't try to call me out, man. You throwing my rhythm off. And we got our favorite hater from the Golden State, Hot Take Jay.
With the extra hate, boy.
Hey, this is the best hat he wore all year. You see this hat? That's the best hat Jay had on since we started this podcast.
Let me do what I did before the podcast started recording. There we go. There we go. I did that because I meant to wear a brown paper bag over my head because we are ashamed. All right, here we go.
We.
Me,
who's we?
Me, AB, we
2/3,
and the
Rockets
entire
fans.
state of Texas, not just Houston.
I don't want these people
state.
to get the impression that I'm part of the we you talking about.
Hey, I if the state of Texas had a zip on it, I'd zip it up because we embarrassed, man. The Houston Rockets, our favorite team.
Mask. I need to put a mask over my face.
Our favorite team has dropped 12 games in a row after winning 6 games in a row. There was rumblings from me and AB. There was rumblings that they might eke into the playoffs. Might like barely squeak into the playoffs behind Christian
I thought
Woods.
they was gonna be firmly in. I said what I said. I said 4 or 5 seed.
And you said that, and if I can recall, you even said that whoever they will play first will probably be in trouble, that they could possibly make it to the second round of the playoffs.
Anybody outside of the Lakers and the Clippers, that was my prediction.
Yeah, so it seems like after the Rockets lost Christian Wood due to injury, everything just went downhill from there. So my question is to you, AB, do you think that the Houston Rockets are purposely throwing the rest of the season since they saw that they really don't have a shot right now at the playoffs?
I don't think that they were purposely throwing the season, but I think it's getting to that point now. And the reason why, and the reason why I say it is, when Christian Wood was healthy, everything was looking good. Victor Oladipo was new, things were fresh. Harden had just left, and they just started winning, and all the vibes are good. Christian Wood goes down. They realize that Oladipo and John Wall not the perfect fit, and Boogie should be nobody's starting center or playing more than 20 minutes a night under any circumstances. Start losing, and then all of a sudden now the organization is looking like, oh, well, we don't have as much as what we thought we had. They're not as good as what we thought. Like if you just remove Christian Wood, what's left?
Look at this. Hold on. Look at this hater in the corner of my screen right
Look
now.
at it. I see him smiling.
He got like this evil villain laugh on him
Look
right
at
now.
Looking like Pinky in the brain. Listen, so they realized we don't have exactly what we thought we had, and now you're starting to hear all the trade rumors, right? And players ain't immune to it. Right. Victor Oladipo is wondering about his free agency. Is he gonna get traded next? I don't want to play back-to-backs. Eric Gordon is like, well, it's not fun no more. What is it? Whatever. PJ Tucker's waiting to be traded. And we have a glut of guys who play a lot of the same position, and they know that a lot of changes are going to be made. And I think that's where we're at. That's what is leading to what we see out there.
I never thought
why we gonna try hard and pour our lives out, and we're just getting ready to be traded. We're all assets.
I never thought I'd say this. But let's hear from the hater from the Golden State on the Houston Rockets. What is your thoughts? So, do you think that they purposely are trying to throw the rest of the season for seeding purposes for the draft?
Every team eventually gets to that point. The Detroit Pistons didn't go into game 1 of the season saying we need to bottom out and tank. But by the third game, when you get mopped by 20 every game and you realize, this season's a lost cause, let's hit the reset button. It's like that literally for every team, and it correlates with mathematically being eliminated from the playoffs. So, Victor Oladipo was never engaged. He was talking about the Miami Heat on day 2 as a Rocket.
Yeah,
then they win a couple of games, and then it's all well and good when it's like, oh, are the Rockets going to overpay me? If they want to overpay me and we win 15 games and we sneak into the playoffs, then yeah, all life is good. First sign of adversity, he ain't no Houston Rocket. Get the hell up on out of here, player. And Boogie's ain't built to be on no team. I said from day one, trade PJ Tucker. What are these people doing? They're just diminishing their trade value right now, every day that goes by. And I just I thought that that they did have some action sneaking into the 8th seed, maybe the 7th seed, but without Christian Wood, then that's not really viable.
The flaw was always the center position, and to a lesser extent, but the point guard position. When you have a Christian Wood who's never played these bigger minutes and is frail as can be as your center, and then you have Boogie coming off of back-to-back injuries for the last 2 or 3 years as the backup, and nobody else on the roster, you're asking for it. And then, oh, by the way, John Wall's your point guard. He hasn't played in 2 years, and you don't have a backup point guard behind him. You're asking for it.
But so I got nothing to say. Here's the plan, and it's easy to get caught up in short-term 6-game win streaks, 12-game losing streaks, and like the short-term volatility. But the course is the same. In the end, here's my playbook. You've won on John Wall. I'm not backing off of that. I thought it was a loser. He's come in here with a professionalism and a shot that, has shown a little bit of promise. And so now I'm looking, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, gotta go. And you got to find 2 pieces, one on the perimeter and one that complements Christian Wood. Period. Dot. Yeah. And that was it before. That's what it still should be after a 12-game losing streak.
They should be turning over every stone that they could find to find somebody to pair with Christian Wood.
Exactly. I want one blue chip asset, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna actually target bad contracts that coincide with John Wall's contract. One blue chip piece, which actually we talked all about. Aaron, I got a question for you. And this is a side note. This is totally off script. This is impromptu because I got a question. I think Marcus is going to answer it, in my opinion, incorrectly, but I want to see what you say first, or both of you.
Oh, that's crazy.
Who is more important?
Oh, no. We're not going to skim over that. That's cold-blooded, brother.
This is a Golden State Warrior question, and this is a Homer question. But let me ask you this. Who is more important to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors? Peak. Let's take the ACL injury, the Achilles out of it. Peak Draymond Green or peak Klay Thompson? Who's more important to Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry? Peak Klay Thompson or peak Draymond
We've had this discussion, man. They all equally important. At
one
point, I thought Draymond.
I've learned.
At one point, I thought Draymond was the key to that team, totally. And I'm still gonna stick by that because Steph's best attribute is his movement off ball, relocating and all that stuff. Not if you take Draymond away, he's running the offense, running the show, allowing Steph to be Steph, and Klay to be Klay.
Well, hold on. Ask me that question. That was the question you was gonna ask
Marcus. Me? Yes. Who is more important to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors?
Draymond Green, you hater.
Okay.
You just hit. Hold on. No. You just hit me. You just hit me in the head with a brick, bro, and then kept on going like I
just knew you was gonna say Klay Thompson, and to be honest with you, I don't know because Aaron answered the question first.
No, I was not gonna say Klay Thompson, and here's why I was not gonna say Klay Thompson. Right now, Steph Curry is showing that he can still be Steph Curry without Klay Thompson standing next to him and still get it done. But he needs Draymond Green. Draymond Green not only does he do what he do on the court, but Draymond Green is the thing that gels everybody.
Yes. He's their leader.
He's their
when Draymond Green is off the floor, Steph Curry, all of a sudden, all those triple teams that you talk about, like he is a dramatically different player. And I've watched every game this year. And I'm like, oh my God, this ain't even close. You can go try to find some knockoff Klay Thompson and stay above water. You cannot get no knockoff Draymond Green. And think that Steph is going to eat. They're actually, that's my culminating point. We went through all this, and I asked that question because people are miscasting Ben Simmons. And if I had Trae Young, Dame Lillard, Luka Doncic, or not Luka, because I think Luka is closer to James Harden, but definitely Trae Young or Dame Lillard. Ben Simmons is, dude, if somebody could do that, LeBron James could, but he's too superstar status. Aaron, tell me, Ben Simmons and Draymond Green, like,
they're similar, especially offensively.
If you were trying to recreate Golden State, there's only 2 or 3 teams that have a guy like Trae Young and Dame Lillard. And I was like, really? Ben Simmons is that guy. He's an undervalued asset in the grand scheme.
Y'all are digressing too far from the topic, though.
We are.
I appreciate that whole day. He couldn't help but bring it to Golden State. So anyway, but now we were going to talk about another thing with well, it's not a special night. It would be a special night if the Rockets was like playing how they were on the winning streak and James Harden coming in, but that's not the case. But James Harden is going to be getting his jersey retired in Houston. Do you think that he should have his jersey retired in Houston?
Well, he's not getting his jersey retired tomorrow, right? He's not getting his jersey retired that soon, but eventually it's going to happen.
Right.
But yeah, James Harden is on the Mount Rushmore of Houston Rockets to ever play the game. Hakeem is the only one defensively ahead of him. And then, outside of that, you looking at James is probably number 2. But I think I would say there's probably 3 other guys, right?
There is a Mount Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore of Houston. Listen,
who created
the Rockets have a way greater legacy than the Warriors.
This is somebody that's talking now. They don't know nothing about Houston, just like I don't know nothing about Golden State.
So you talking
a little bit about Hakeem Olajuwon, but
there's a Mount Rushmore
Houston Rockets.
Well, let's just rattle off top 20 players that ever played again. I mean, Moses Malone, probably on that Mount Rushmore. And then if you're just talking Rockets, right? You got Calvin Murphy, the shortest Hall of Famer and the shortest player in the Hall of Fame. And then you got Rudy T, who was an all-star player, and you don't think of him as great, but he was a lifer Rocket, right? So all-star Rocket, the head coach, led the team to their first Rudy 2 titles, the first and only 2 titles.
Mount Rushmore.
Rudy T. For Rockets, for Houston.
Well, I mean, if you add his coaching, but who has a coach on the Mount Rushmore?
I mean, Boston might. Red Auerbach. Again, that's where I would differentiate. The 3 that I probably would say, undoubtedly, is Hakeem, James, and Moses Malone. And for that reason, yes, he's getting it retired. T-Mac got retired. First rounder.
Y'all mean?
First round T-Mac.
I give y'all some love. And T-Mac.
What you think, Marcus? What you think?
I agree with you.
His body of work, James's body of work as a Houston Rocket. I don't want to diminish it more than.
Hey, listen. The bigger question is, if there was enough fans in attendance for him to hear it, should he get booed or should he be cheered when they announce his name tomorrow?
Let's not hate, man. I mean, the last couple of months wasn't good. He was trying to leave. Yeah. The Rockets wasn't going nowhere, starting over from the scratch. And he was trying to leave, but you can't negate the 9 years that he was there and what he did for the organization. So let's not be haters.
I concur. It's the macro that's important here.
If I was in attendance, I'm cheering during the announcements. And then when the game starts, every time he touched the ball, I'm booing the hell out of him.
There you go.
It won't matter because we stink.
Thank you for watching the Hoopz Junkiez Podcast. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Also, if you want to check out a few more clips, make sure that you hit the bell notification so that you're alerted whenever we post a new video.